Welcome to
Super Chats.
I'm Nick.
Cameron.
And Carlos.
And this week, Kiara talked to Towa, Ina had a birthday, and Veibei said a bad word.
Strong and powerful.
Let's get into it, I guess. We'll start with Veibei today?
Sure. Let's start strong.
Let's start, strong, that's a word.
She ended strong. We are starting far less strong. Okay. Do you want to talk about it? Do you want me to talk about it?
So, Veibei has recently announced that she was splitting with VShojo and then signed with Mythic. And then she ended a stream yesterday, which was her first stream back.
Re-debut.
Yeah.
Her re-debut.
And she dropped what some people I know have called the long R word.
That's the best way to call it. That's the way to refer to it.
And I don't know if Carlos has heard about this particularly yet. Cameron has, I know, because we talked about it a little bit. Yeah. And when we did, Cameron referred to it as a slur.
It is.
And I think that's accurate. It took me a minute to really come to terms with that, honestly, because I'm an older man from a different time.
Yeah.
But yeah, 100%, it's a slur.
I'm from the Bionicle generation. I didn't grow up with any MTV, the MTV music video where they would say that on the TV. That was a TV word back then.
Yeah, it was. And honestly, if you watch the movie, what is it, Godzilla 2000?
Yeah.
There's a character that just screams it at one point. It's like it coming like around on it. It happened like it was a word that I heard a lot growing up, and it wasn't considered very offensive at the time.
Well, see, I've got just two inputs on this whole thing. Was one, she's not the first VTuber even specifically that I've heard say that word on stream before.
Yeah.
And second, there were a lot of people saying that if you actually were a fan of hers and have seen an extent of her streams in the past, she's been relatively well known for saying things that she shouldn't be saying anyway.
Yeah.
This is just kind of like re-debut, and this is one of the first things that comes out.
So it's sort of a return to form for her, is what I'm understanding. And that when she was at VShojo, she was reined in a lot, and so now that she's back, apparently she's back strong, and she's just straight back to that edge.
Yeah, edge is the right term for it.
Very edgy move.
She was struggling to decide how to close out her stream. She elected for top shelf, and when in response to all the controversy, she said something along the lines of, "I'm not here to babysit your feelings. If you can't deal with it, get out."
And if, frankly, my suggestion is people are going to tell you who they are. If you don't like hearing words like that, don't go to her stream.
Veibei streams are no longer a place for you. If this is not to your taste, you should definitely steer clear.
And there you go.
I don't have a horse in the race. I've never seen a single Veibei stream.
I've seen some clips, and that's about the extent of my knowledge.
Yeah. So
especially, again, when she was with VShojo, so she was reined in at that time. But
I probably won't be seeing any Veibei clips in my future.
And there you go.
I mean, I can't tell you how many Shondo clips I've seen, and she's in the same territory, if you ask me. So
edgier humor, they go for things like that. So it is one of those things where, hey, now you know if you didn't know before, and just take the knowledge with you and decide where you're gonna vote with your wallet and your eyes. So
yeah, definitely VShojo was definitely holding her the hell back.
Yeah,
can't wait for.
There's other times I've seen VTubers drop that word. Don't get me wrong, and usually it's in times of turmoil. But
I think this is something I thought about earlier. I think this is the beginning of a distinction between an idol type VTuber and a streamer VTuber. This is a streamer.
100%, definitely.
Gamers have fun words they like to say.
Yeah.
Sentence enhancers.
that's what you want to call it, sure.
Yeah.
And this is just her shifting back to where she was before. It seems like from what you said, Carlos. So yeah, it's worth remarking on. I feel, I guess.
Yeah, everyone is.
And
a lot of people have a lot of feelings. Good feel think,
Yeah.
act.
It's definitely a situation of if you need to cut her out. There you go. That's the right move to make. And it's not something you have to announce to everybody, I guess, but
Yeah.
just that sucks. Done.
I think as a full disclaimer is we will never end an episode in such a way.
Yeah.
We're pretty good about that.
We're gonna do our best, that's for sure.
Unsubscribe immediately, we beg of you.
Yeah.
All right.
Gonna just have our editor Nick over here go rogue on us someday.
Nick,
a bit of a
from the future.
gremlin. Yeah, no, that's one of those things that so again, I grew up in a time where that word was on TV.
Yeah.
It was in movies. It was people just I heard it every day in high school.
Good God.
Every day.
See, I actually saw people were talking about this on a big long top Reddit thread once about how these words, they have real meaning. They're not slurs. And then 10 years go by and all of a sudden it's now a slur and there's another word that has to be created to not be the offensive meaning.
Exactly.
Well, it's understandable. I mean, most words don't start as slurs. The type of people who say slurs aren't linguistics or English majors. Those are the people who work at Starbucks because they couldn't find another job, unfortunately. The type of people who say slurs hear the word, and then they put bad things in it. It's way easier to make a new word than it is to clean up an old word because you have no control over if someone's been hurt by that word. It's much easier just to make a new one that's less attractive to the kind of people who would go out of their way to hurt people. Mm-hmm. This is a long story. We could really get into the history of derogative terms, or we could talk about VTubers.
And that's the thing. It's a rabbit hole that it's not that it isn't worth going down, but it's also a situation of at the end of the day, if the word's meaning today is what matters, I guess.
Yeah.
And the connotations that come with it.
I think if you use words to talk with people, you should concern yourselves with people.
Yeah. It's definitely, I have the feeling that I've done my best to try and eliminate it from my vocabulary.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not perfect. And sometimes slip ups happen. And it's always a deep mark of shame whenever you say something like that. That was a word that you heard a lot when you were younger.
Well, the more recent big one for the anime community specifically was trap.
Oh yeah,
that was a year ago that split the anime community into all kinds of pieces.
Dude, yeah. The less that's touched, the better. That was. You still see
there's
the
no
discourse.
Winners in this discussion.
That is a bad discourse.
No.
Why are we all so...
My personal take on that was I always thought that the jokes around it were cringe anyway.
Yeah.
And I just don't want any involvement with the argument.
Is it gay? Here's what you do. Stop thinking that's funny for a beginning. And then ask yourself, do you want it to be? And then ask the other person if they want it to be. And if you both agree it's gay, then yes, it's gay. Incredible. Discuss and converse with your fellow and then sort it out from there and ask people how they feel and then genuinely listen. And I'm sorry, this is already too much to ask of Reddit.
Yeah. 100%, dude. You passed Reddit's attention span 10 minutes ago.
I'm just glad that that trope has very gradually died in anime as a whole.
I haven't seen that in quite a while, actually.
I don't miss it. I like where we're at the moment. I don't 100% know how I feel, but my feeling is I want to see what's going to happen next. I want more cool characters.
Yeah.
That's all I want. I want cool characters. I want to see what wacky stuff they come up with. I want to see cool people. I want to see people who are winning. I want to see lifestyles be celebrated.
I've always been firmly of the camp that you should be kind to other people, and if it's not your business, don't try and make it your business. There. That's my entire fucking standpoint.
And it's not my business, and I don't want it to be my business.
And that covers the changing tides of the culture that we're all in the middle of right now, I believe. So let's talk about VTubers. Something that we can all agree on.
I love Vtubers.
Gross. Get out.
Sorry, I didn't have a good slapstick reaction bottled up in me. I wasn't ready to go.
That's okay. I'll forgive you this time.
It's fine.
Why don't you do something to really make yourself feel better and tell us about Calliope Mori?
I'll mosey on up. Howdy, partner. Last week, Calliope Mori decided to have herself a stream where she was going to be the game master of a fun tabletop RPG known as Gun.
Now, is this related to the GameCube, Xbox, and PlayStation 2 video game called Gun, where you fight a man named Hoodoo Brown?
No relation, license pending.
Oh, okay. That game was really cool because you could get dynamite arrows and blow up bison. Anyways, continue.
We now have learned Nick's criteria.
Oh, you can also drift horses around corners.
We have learned yet more about what Nick seeks in a game.
Press the A button, they plant their ass on the ground and like go sideways.
Desirable.
It's a really good game.
So I'm not going to do any more country accent, even though I very badly want to. Calliope has elected to host a game of Gun. It is I almost called it an MMO. I wish. It's a tabletop RPG created by the author of Kill 6 Billion Demons. You can find it now on their Patreon, I suppose, because that's the link she gave. It's the first time I've seen someone else's Patreon in a VTuber description. Gun is a game about the West. You journey out, you figure out what kind of cowboy you are, what kind of gun you have, and what kind of hat you wear. And it's all about going out and eking out a better lifestyle and dealing with your debts, making it big in the West. But the West is dying. So it obviously isn't just her. She's game mastering. She needs people who can play. And it's the people she got has kind of become her typical crew. We got, of course,
wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Of course, we got the lovely Magni. We got Vesper, and of course, Crony. This is absolutely like the sardonic crew. These guys are.
See, when I saw this, it's like, oh boy, another Crony Vesper stream. They always like are a great duo. Little did I know that Magni was going to come up on this.
Magni shined. So this is actually 2 streams. The first stream, which I can recommend to literally anyone, the character creation stream. It is 1 solid hour of them making their characters.
Session 0, you might call it.
Session 0, you might call it. All right. Let's go through the cast of characters. Carlos, feel free to elbow me whenever you want to jump in, because we have actually both managed to see most of this. First up is Magni, the murder priest. His character's name is Saint Clappington.
I like that a lot.
So it all began when you generate your character, you draw from a deck of cards, and the first card is your background or like your special trait. Magni has black eyes. It means he's a murderous psychopath who feels no sympathy.
He straight up, they drew cards for who their characters are going to be, and he drew the Joker.
Yeah. He then drew for his gun. He got not a magic gun, but a lucky gun that always seems to find its way back to him. Every 2 minutes, if you don't have your gun, it's back in your person.
That's useful.
Doesn't matter. It just comes back. When he drew for
Thor's gun.
Yeah, he kept calling it Thor's gun, and you could audibly hear Calli going, "It doesn't work that way." And he kept going, "I can throw my gun, and it'll come back to me." It's like 2 minutes, and then you get it back.
I assume this works on the 6 seconds per.
Yeah, like it's you're DMing. Calli just does it when it feels right, and it's like, all right, 2 minutes later, it's back on your person. And then he drew for his hat. God tier moment. Calli draws the card. Tiny hat. And it is dusky blue.
I like it.
So he's a murderous priest with the power of God on his side. Thor gun. Tiny hat.
And in the stream, they actually added the hats to their to their VTuber models. And his
perfect.
And his was just like a tiny little blue baseball cap with a string on it, like attached to his head.
I love his tiny hat so much.
He did not like that tiny hat.
He fucking hated it. His character was also sensitive about it, which was great. Next up, Vesper, the chef of truth, Cookie Caliban. Vesper, what he drew is the cook. He has a signature dish. For his ingredient, he drew pumpkin, so he's the inventor of pumpkin spice lattes.
This is the most popular man among white women.
And the rule is, if you eat his food, you have to tell him the truth. The idea
Powerful.
The idea is, you know, when you're having a meal with him, you become his companion and he has seduced you into saying the truth.
It works once per meal for one question.
Vesper took it to mean I'm an anime protagonist who discovers the truth with my magic food. For his gun, it was a legacy gun, so it has a legend behind it. I forget what he wrote on it, but there was an Italian word on the side. He's 1/4 Italian. But the magic power of the gun is every once in a while you can cash in an extra point with the gun, but if you shoot someone with it, you owe the legacy a debt, and that debt can only be repaid with a duel. So that means the DM will now send someone to duel you at some point, and when it arrives, you can't say no.
Nice.
So like it's like that's pretty intense.
That could happen anytime.
Yeah.
And his was the gun too, I believe, that if he pulled it out and showed it,
Oh, everyone has to acknowledge it.
everybody is required to stop what they're doing and acknowledge it.
The text literally says everyone in the room stops what they're doing and looks. So every time he pulled it out, Calli, when everyone looks and goes, "Wait, that's a gun." It's great. And then he also, for his hat, he rolled a foreign hat. He ultimately decided on a fez.
That's a good. Fezzes are cool.
And then Crony's character. She got her name from a cowboy name generator. Chris Scarface Reynolds.
I like it.
The boy with the golden gun. Or the golden arm. Parentheses. I can shoot anyone. Oh my god, did I kill him? So her ability is she has a golden arm. She can get a free kill.
Okay.
But if you know you killed someone, you're traumatized. So they like
Good God.
for his gun, for their gun, I think it was like a fancy one. I forget. Oh, it was the bulldozer. It's a gun that does like extra damage
To structures.
Yeah, structures. And they also got what was it? Yeah, their hat is a gaudy hat. It was very fancy and Swede black.
That was great because it was gigantic with a huge feather in
And
it.
it kept rubbing up on Vesper's face. And Vesper like, God damn it. Oh, it's important to mention at the stream start with Vesper saying Crony, the literal first thing that happened while I ate my meal in the Discord chat, Crony said she's going to kill me. Like they were high tension. Like, what are we gonna fucking kill each other?
That's the first question you have to ask when doing anything with Crony. But yes, go ahead.
So they had to name their posse. They named their posse 2.5 hats. Their slogan is eat, pray, kill.
It's good.
Also important to mention the items. Magni got a cigarette case that'll catch a bullet. I don't remember what Vesper got because it never came up. Crony got a knife that deals bonus damage to rattlesnakes.
Useful.
And
especially
nothing
in the desert.
else.
Yeah. But if it comes in handy. So I played D&D once with a guy and he put all his points into boating. And we were like, fucking why?
It's just like
Didn't he just boat a rock out of a dimensional portal and landed on a demon once?
me and my DM, me and my co-DM, we played Call of Cthulhu. There's an airplane skill. Every session we teased our players saying, "Oh no, you took airplane. This next session's gonna be rough." We finally had a session where there was an airplane. It was like session 10, and like, fucking god damn it. We told you to take airplane.
It's those skills that you need, man. Boating and airplanes
Yeah. So
and killing rattlesnakes.
great. Then the actual session. It's a good solid 4 hours. Just a couple of like highlights. Calli put together a pretty decent plot. They got in trouble because they stole a guy's church, and the church hired someone to bury them out in the West. But the people he hired weren't loyal, so he said, "We'll let you out, but you gotta go rob that train for us because we heard one of you guys has a reputation for counting cards." Which that was another thing I forgot to mention. You draw a card, and that's your reputation. That's what you're known for. Doesn't mean you do it. The kid was known for cheating. So this game has a huge reputation system. It's going to come up later. So a lot of shenanigans. Can't go over every single shenanigan. It's as funny as it sounds. Oh, highlight. So they go out to they're stranded out in the desert. They need to get a horse to get back home. They find a man who lives on his own. His name is Billy, and he has 2 horses. They put a bag on Chris's head. That's Crony's character, so he won't see it when Magni fucking shoots Billy and kills him. They steal his horse. Calli goes, all right, Magni, this is now your horse. What do you want to name it? Magni, without a second of thinking, goes, Billy. Vesper gets the other horse and he goes, I'll name it Silly. There's something fucked up about killing a man, stealing his horse, and naming it after a man.
After him.
Magni is scary. He has dark thoughts.
He played the psychopathic murder priest perfectly.
Oh my god, he kept saying, in the name of the Lord. Some running gags I'd like to point out, one of my favorite ones is Magni kept fucking saying this is a Snowpiercer situation. And what would Chris Evans do? He said Snowpiercer like 4 times, and every time he said it, Calli was increasingly annoyed. Like, I remember
You're a cowboy.
second time she says, I remember clearly Calli said, no one here has seen Snowpiercer. It is the Wild West. To which I believe Magni replied, what would Chris Evans do?
Captain America?
Yeah. Crony played a perfect spooked out kid who has no idea what the fuck's going on. He's like, oh, I don't know. Magni just is gaslighting Chris the whole time. Non-fucking stop. There's a part where they go, is this boy yours? And Magni replies, it's one of them train kids. Every train has a kid.
It's like a cabin boy.
Yeah.
But for trains.
The train sequence, I stopped partway through that. I made it up to the part where they're trying to play poker against like the ruffians.
Oh, the
at
cowboy
back.
cart, yeah.
And then the very first thing is Magni immediately tries to bet Crony's character.
Oh yeah, child slavery. This session had everything. A fucking priest with a kid on a leash goes, he can cook, he can clean. It's so fucking solid, and I won't spoil the ending, but it's really, the story shockingly is pretty solid. It's like, it's a really good grungy Western at the end of the day. Like, they end up worse than they started. I'll spoil one thing, because I thought this was really cool mechanic-wise. Crony does ultimately cash in the golden arm ability, and she shoots the sheriff. Calli goes, okay, here's your new reputation. You're a fucking sheriff killer. Everyone knows you shot the sheriff.
But you didn't shoot the deputy.
Yeah, Magni made that joke immediately. And now their other new reputation for the gang is most wanted gang in the West. So if they ever pick it up, again, they're monsters.
There you go.
Extremely fucking solid. This is one of the best streams I've seen in a while.
So worth a peek.
100%.
If you haven't watched it, check it out.
If you like fucking Magni's sarcasm, Vesper's reactions, Crony's goodness, perfection, and
Crony just chimed in with like the most random things all the time. It's like, oh, these horses are now yours, and then Crony's just like, can we eat them?
Well, she was starving. Chris was a starving guy. He like poor dude,
hungry boy. Huh. So there you go. Check it out. I might have to watch this later.
It's a one shot technically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
4 hours and you're out. At least watch the character creation stream, because fuck, it's funny.
That's usually like session zeros are always really fun for that, because they're always super engaging as you like build out this character, you know.
It's fun to see their reactions to the weirdness of the system.
I mean, it's not a system I'm familiar with. It's not one that I know, so.
Yeah, Gun's a little more indie.
Makes a lot of sense. Okay. So how about now we talk about a discussion podcast thing?
I love talking about podcasts.
Good, because we're about to. So, sometimes girls talk.
Not in my world.
Sometime girls stalk.
Do girls walk?
No.
Girls balk.
So Mume, Gura, and Kiara sat down together and they talked about girl things. They called this girls talk. Normally Fauna would be there, as she is a girly ass girl.
She
was not girling this week.
Mm-hmm. No, she was still on vacation actually when they did this. So Gura was actually supposed to be a guest, like a temporary guest, and she was there for the whole thing in place of Fauna. And this time,
which is just how things work out. It kind of worked out anyway, because she's actually, as it turns out, decently girly.
Oh.
Mume apparently is not super girly, as it turns out, though.
Oh.
No, through their whole discussion, they were talking about things, and then Mume was just like breaking down in tears. It's like I don't know how to do this.
I know that she's very specifically. I think it was whenever they're talking about mascara and eye makeup and eyeliner, because Kiara said that she couldn't. It was either Kiara or Mume. One of them was like, "I can't do eyeliner. It scares me." And then Gura was just like, "It's not bad." Or maybe I have that. I might have that flopped. I don't know. I watched I was playing Zelda when I watched this. I'll be honest. It was in the background for me. I was enjoying it, but I was also trying to build contraptions.
I was playing fetch with my dogs.
I was alone at work.
Listening to girls.
There you go. It's always interesting though that you get these little peaks and stuff. I did watch the part, and I remember it decently, where they went through basically Gura's makeup bag. I thought that was pretty interesting because she doesn't wear a lot of makeup. She just has a lot of skin treatment and stuff that she does. So
No, they specifically said like, oh, so you're basically what we call the clean girl type. And she vehemently denied it and then had to give up eventually because they're like, you literally only wear stuff to like make your natural like self come out more. You don't like cover your face that much. That's exactly what a clean girl is.
And there you go. She did talk about the importance of sunscreen as an everyday wear, which is fair. You got to take care of your, skins.
Kind of baller.
Yeah.
And then also, she's real big on nail care. She likes to clip them things and take care of them.
Mm-hmm. Which her horrible, terrible sunburns now makes its way into this, where she took some days off from streaming after getting burned in Japan.
She talked about how she reacted to her skin peeling and her peeling it off. She also, I think, talked about, at this point, they were talking about like what happens when their lips get chapped. She was talking about how she would just bite off the chapped skin on her lips and stuff. And Kiara was like, "No, don't do that." Kiara and Gura and Mume also discussed shoes, apparently. How'd that go? This is past the part that I watched. I watched up through the makeup part. That was about it, I think.
I think together we've seen the stream the whole way.
I've seen the whole thing all the way.
It looks like, based on the time codes, I started at like 58 minutes and I stuck around for a little bit.
But yeah, that was another one of that was like the very beginning where they're like, Mume started like breaking down about not being girly enough because like I have 4 pairs of shoes, and like one's for indoor and like one's for like outdoor general, one's for a little bit nicer and like snow boots.
Yeah, because she specifically said like, I don't understand shoes. Like, I don't get having so many pairs. She's like, I have a black pair and a white pair, and then one of them will go with any outfit.
Relatable.
Yeah. Fair, frankly. I have a gray pair and that's it, so it works. Kiara isn't into astrology?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I was there for that part. Like someone brought up astrology. It was shortly after the TikTok trends they're talking about, and Kiara's like,
They kept saying it's like what Kiara in specific was like, I don't believe in that.
I think,
but
it's cool.
it. Some of this stuff makes you kind of question things. It's like, but I don't believe in it. But you never know.
Very non-committal. Can go either way. I gotcha. It sounds like Kiara to me. She does have a tendency to go either way. Aggressively. So none of them use TikTok. I find that pretty interesting. Because TikTok is, like the biggest social media platform thing going right now.
Yeah, there was 2 things where they all addressed. It's like none of them. Mume maybe kind of did a tiny bit. At least she was willing to like go to it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like they weren't into TikTok at all. And the other thing was they all said they all had their ears pierced once. It didn't work out, and they don't do it anymore.
These poor nerdy women.
Oh, total dorks.
So what's the point in here that just says pants? Because I'm concerned. I know that
they talked about pants.
Ban pants has been a Gura thing forever.
Yeah.
So is she flipped? Is she still on the ban team? What's going on?
Well, I didn't put that in here.
Was it me who put pants? It may have been me.
I think it was.
I know
you.
they talked about like their feelings on leggings. Which I think Kiara said you cannot just do leggings.
She's Austrian. They're,
yeah.
You know.
They briefly addressed that, like, some of the more showy pant fashions do not sit well with them.
I get that.
The more form-fitting style of lower
Yeah.
body wear.
And Kiara specifically mentioned that, especially in Japan, that does not happen. That they're that they don't care if foreigners do it, but it's not something that they involve themselves with.
Can you imagine having bare shoulders in Japan? The answer's no. You can't. That's against the law.
God would
Sir,
remove
please. Sir or ma'am, please. It's again, Japan's a really cool country, very socially conservative.
Indeed.
Yeah. So if you want to wear revealing clothing, just don't do it there. It's not a thing. Maybe at the beach, maybe. Not
Unless you're a foreigner. Apparently, they don't care what foreigners do.
No.
Yeah, we're temporary.
Yeah. Exactly.
We will not survive the waves.
There you go. That's also the feeling of hospitality that you get there from what I'm told, though. Is very much just get it over with. There we go. It's very much a situation of, like, they're going to let you get away with some things that they're not willing to let everybody there get away with because it's fine. You're a guest.
Yeah.
You got to have that hospitality.
Yeah, you have to show me some hospitality, Nick, and stop acknowledging my Dr. Oopsie. I mean, Pepper. I'm a Pepper.
You're something I can't say.
Yeah, it's hard to put your finger on it.
You know, I wasn't actually making a reference to that.
I thought you were immediately. I'm looking forward to this part being edited out.
Yeah.
Edited.
Whatever.
Who cares?
I didn't mean it that way.
We're going.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'd like to make a formal apology.
White text leads to a twit longer, leads to a Google Doc, leads to a Gmail. Make sure you're good. Leads to another twit longer. Leads to a Mastodon. Now you're here. I am Nick, and I'm so sorry for what I've done.
I insinuated that I meant something that I didn't, and the thing that I would have meant had I actually meant that was incorrect, and I apologize, I think.
I think it's important to understand the interpretation of how he meant the way that he said to soothe things.
So, Girl Talk was pretty good this time around.
Yeah, I liked Girl
Again,
Talk
I didn't finish it. I was playing Zelda, and then I had to do a live stream because I have a lot of things I like to do.
Girl Talk aligns perfectly with the stuff I'm attracted to in Hololive, and that is the least idly things and the most, oh, we're just here, let's talk. I like the podcasts. I like the tabletop games. I like when they visit each other's homes and hang out. Like the New Year's stream where they're all watching Hololive stuff and Bay gets drunk. God tier. Fantastic. Hardest I've laughed.
Some extra little things before we continue on. Just they did a few little things at the end. They asked Gura who she thought was the most girly. Immediately went to Fauna. So
yeah.
So they did confirm that Kiara confirmed for their next Girl Talk they were going to do anonymous love letters.
Huh?
And Gura was going to be invited for this one if she wanted to join in.
Who's writing the letters?
All of them.
Oh, they're writing letters?
They're writing anonymous love letters to each other.
Why would Kiara want girls to confess love to each other? I don't understand.
It's a mystery we'll never solve.
It doesn't align with the things she desires.
Aggressively.
Hey, Calli, I was wondering if you wanted to come on Girls Talk. It's really chill, honest.
Yeah. There you go.
Nah,
Bring it back, guys. Bring it back.
It's 2021 all over again.
That dynamic wasn't awful from the start.
Speaking of bringing it back, though.
Ouch.
I love Kiara. That dynamic was the fucking cringiest thing.
Bruh, I thought I had a good time with it.
I did not enjoy it. It was like, I was never sure if Calli actually hated it or Play hated it. And I was just like, if she was Play hating it, she was doing too good a job. Because I just always felt like she was pissed off.
It was a healthy mix of both, and they both agreed to stop doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Which is, personally for me, I'm glad that ship has sailed.
Let me put it this way. I enjoyed it at the time. I'm very happy it stopped when it did. Because that is not sustainable. I think we all agree there.
Yeah. There was more soon than Dare. That's all I'm saying. And I was like, just let the girl live. Let her breathe, man.
Why is the weird one with the bad microphone harassing me?
Yeah. I do love the fact that Calli helped her get a microphone.
100%.
Yeah.
I like their genuine friendship, them hanging out and painting and shit.
And that's where
so
I love
cute.
it. Yeah, because that's great.
It's like it's aligned with Kiara finding her place. She's locked in now.
Yeah.
Kiara knows who she is, and she's fucking rocking it.
And like and so is Calli.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is like there was a lot of like them figuring out what their dynamic was going to be.
It's almost like they had no direction.
Yeah, it's crazy. But and I understand that like sometimes you want to have these these fun tsundere archetypes and things like that, and it's really fun, but at some point it was just like, well, I'm with you on the point where you're like, I'm glad that ended when it did.
Yeah.
Because it was past a point of like enjoyability for me, is what I'm saying. I wasn't huge on it from the start. Kiara thirsting over anime girls is literally one of the reasons I love her. Kiara thirsting over Calli, I was always like, I don't know about this one. Thirst over Towa because it's funny to a certain point, but then stop. Thirst over, like her thirsting over different anime girls and different Hololive girls is funny, but like there's a level.
I feel like we could talk about that as like a history of like the gags and dynamics and how hard it is to really find the person you bounce off of.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of like large Hadron Collider of weeaboos finding other people they find tolerable and funny.
And I think that's part of the problem, was the fact that it didn't seem like Calli was ever really comfortable with it, because her like shutting down Kiara's advances wasn't done in a playful manner in my, like, from the way that I saw it. It was literally just her shutting it down every time. And it wasn't like it didn't seem like it was played for fun to me.
I think the way I saw it, because we have decided to discuss it on the discussion podcast.
Yeah.
The way I saw it is her beginning character, the way she was acting and presenting herself at first, when her only direction was, you're a rapper, please write these lyrics. All right, these are good. Try to play this up. She started out really playing up more of that bashful tsundere element. So when she was replying, it was a lot like, this is just like how she was acting in debut. This kind of mix, to me, it was really hammed up. To the point that, for me, it signaled they're play acting, but it doesn't feel like they talk to each other about how to do it beforehand. That's the vibe I got.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pretend I was comfortable with it the entire time, because there's times like, all right, done with this Minecraft stream. Let's see what Gura's doing.
Yeah. It was also like Gura came into Hololive knowing exactly what she was doing. She like seems to have had some experience.
Yeah.
It feels like Calli came in and really had a lot of learning who she was as a VTuber to do.
I think Calli put, just based on what I know about her personality, she put an unreasonable amount of pressure on herself.
100%.
So, like, it's something I think I relate to her a lot. I think if I had to do it, I'd do everything the exact same way she did. She came in gun swinging like, I'm going to be the most in character. I'm going to be the most intense. I'm going to do all this. I'm going to do these songs. I'm going to have the most interesting relationships.
Well, see, that really hasn't entirely changed. She still does that. It's just that now she actually knows the other VTubers that she's working with, and she knows how to actually make it work.
And it feels more genuine now.
She has picked a less exhausting persona to put forward. She is chiller. She's not going to reach for lofty heights. She's going to vibe, and she's in it to do the things she finds the most enjoyable. And this is why you see her stream with Vesper. This is why you see her still hang out with the girls. This is why she does the streams she does. Like Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, I know, right? She got sponsored.
That was such a fun episode. It's probably on this outline somewhere later, but that was a fucking funny episode. She just so transparent. I love her.
I just in the early days, I bounced off Calli really hard because of her being so in character, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I've come back around on her really hard because she's really figured it out. She's really got a good thing going, and she's really seems like she's in a comfortable place now. And that's I really enjoy everything I've seen from her recently. But it was just like in the beginning, I was like I bounced off her real hard because just the way that she was presenting herself and everything. And I don't know, man. It was like watching a schizophrenic sometimes because she would bounce in character really hard and then she would break out of character and then she would like break back into character, and there was like no middle ground. And so it was really like weird to watch her go back in between like the chibi like anime girl and also the like rapper on the streets.
Hey, fuck your friend.
Yeah, and like that was like a like amazing moment because it was her genuinely reacting and letting a little bit of like that middle ground of where you're like not completely out of character, but you're also like letting a little of the crazy show through.
There's a moment like that. There's a moment like that in the Cowboy stream where she introduced a character named Ruby. And she gave her like a real seductress voice and played her up. And then someone in chat said, "Why does Ruby sound like your mom?" And Calli just said, "Fuck you."
Like that's what I wanted from her, and I'm so glad she said a point. I mean, like not like she did it for me, but like I'm so glad that she seems like so much more natural with this.
Honestly,
she's really like she's probably shown. I can't say she's shown the most improvement because Ame's singing has turned around too. But like,
I would genuinely give most improvement to Kiara.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Because she really went from the awkward fifth one or whatever to what she is now, someone who is doing this so well with so much passion, playing whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah.
Like she played Fire Emblem Three Houses and made all the right choices. Add a girl.
There you go. It's amazing how far all of them have come. I guess like
do we like them?
No. It's funny because like Ina, I don't know that I would say that she hasn't changed that much, but again, her singing has gotten way better, and she does seem like the most important thing for Ina is that she has found a much better work-life balance. It seems like
she's gotten a lot more.
Oh god, yeah.
A lot more comfortable, it seems.
After the hiatus, she's like feistier. It's great.
Yeah. It's just
I think she's come to a different place in her life, it feels like.
Yeah. It's just with her being such the more calm and quiet one, it's taken some time. She's kind of just very gradually ramped up to where she is.
I don't know a lot of their full stories. We know HoloLive exclusively hires people who have some experience. But let's think of it this way. For a lot of them, this is kind of like maybe some of them, don't know how many, their first real full-time job. The most pressure they've ever felt. And before this, they were doing enough to earn a reputation and even a living to some degree. But this is the first time they've really felt that much pressure. And think about how you were the first time you had a full-time job.
It takes a while to get into your groove.
Yeah, like
even getting so I changed jobs a little over a year ago, and it took me like probably 6 months to work into a groove where I was comfortable. And that's not my first job. That's any new job. So it's again, there's gonna be a lot of change, especially during that first 6 months to a year.
Yeah,
like what you're getting at, and it's just amazing. Like after that period, whenever they get comfortable. And then they start like really like working on different aspects of themselves and doing different things with their characters that I think it gets really interesting.
I was just going to say that for me personally, the thing that's become the most noticeable out of all of HoloLive is Fauna. Because I'll just say I didn't like her at all when she debuted.
Really?
Not even a little bit. I did not like her. And now she's borderline my favorite.
Yeah.
She's changed drastically. That's interesting. I mean, I guess that's similar to my Calli situation, sort of. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say Calli's my favorite, but I do respect the shit out of her, and I know she's a hardworking individual and makes some really good music. But at the same time, that makes a lot of sense, I guess. I don't know why you didn't like Fauna, though.
I don't know either.
But I guess that's sometimes you just find a personality you don't mesh with naturally, and then...
My main thing was, like, they introduced her as, like, this is the new ASMR girl. So instantly my brain went, all right, nothing there for me, Chief. And then I woke up a month later, and she's starting a Civil War in Minecraft, and it turns out she has really good improv skills. Like, oh, something there for me, Chief.
What are your strengths? I'm very strong.
What are your weaknesses?
I'm very weak.
It's pure comedy.
It's one of the best moments, actually, and it's so straightforward.
And it's like, this is something interesting before we like get back on track. Something I found interesting. HoloLive myth. To me, it was like the theme of myth is growth. All of them started out so fucking awkward. I will never forget the fucking Surgeon Sim 2 multicast where like, good lord, they are figuring out how they feel about each other in the moment. These are not friends. These are coworkers. And it's their first time doing the icebreakers in the meeting room. That was like the standout to me.
Mm-hmm.
And Myth, like, I could like fucking talk all day about how they've grown and changed, how they figured shit out, how they became more who they are now. Council, I feel like that happened way less. Like, Council just seemed like they landed, and most of them are back then are who they are now. Like, Crony came out the gate like a megalomaniac weirdo. She's gotten weirder and more.
I was gonna say
unhinged.
she's just dialed it up a bit over time, but it's the same core thing.
But then you go back to like Crony and Bay's fucking Portal 2 stream, and Crony was already insane. Where like Crony read the chat, and was like, they say I'm a little monotone, huh? Wow, woo, whippy, whoa.
Just immediately.
I just say they've all become more comfortable, and less so had to grow, because they've obviously grown, they've obviously changed. But Myth was like built on growth, because if they didn't grow, they would die.
Yeah, that was 100% it. And I think the only of all the girls that have been in Myth and Project Hope and Council, we've only lost one of them to the ravages of time.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Crony.
Crony,
And that just seemed to be not like a missed growth opportunity so much as just really, really bad timing.
Atrocious timing, atrocious luck.
Yeah. And that is just what it is. It sucks. No one's happy, but except for the weirdos out there that cheer for people to lose. But those people suck. We don't talk to them. The truth is, like, yeah, I think you're right. Myth came out, had no real understanding of where they were going or what direction to take. They just sort of went for it and, like, found their niches over time. Mm-hmm. Council seems like either they got a lot more prep time or they got to meet each other first or something was different, because they came out and they were already pretty well figured out. I don't think none of them seemed like deep in their own lore, you know? None of them were stuck on that.
Oh my god.
Past their debut stream.
We talked about like weird feelings we had. I remember when Gen 2 was announced, my immediate reaction was, please no more. I can't do more.
Dude, and now like a little while later, I'm like, where are we getting more? Where's Gen 3 at? What the fuck?
No, and then a little after Gen 2 was announced, Project Hope was announced. Like, no, I don't have time. I have a job now. I'm not unemployed due to deadly disease.
I'm legitimately confused on where Gen 3's at, though.
Ame hasn't had a trip in a little bit.
I know. What's going on?
That's
me hoping that like tomorrow we get an announcement.
We're gonna lose our fucking shit.
Oh my god, I will have no sleep till Gen 3. And if then Gen 3's not on the way, who knows? I don't know. Please. I know that they've been advertising. They advertised a while ago for more talent and stuff. So
there is no rush. I still haven't seen like all the boys in Tempest. Leave me alone.
Fair enough. I do need to catch up on the stars. All right. You're right, Carlos. We should talk about Kiara more.
Shot.
But it's not suicide.
Shot.
Someday, I'm going to go back and watch the Suisei Kiara collab again for the 400th time. I like Kiara a lot. I like Tokiyomi Towa a lot. She has a really pretty singing voice. You should listen to Palette. It's a good song.
We probably did.
Yeah, we did a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Personally, for us. You weren't invited yet, but...
No, we don't know you.
Yeah, we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
We'll do a live stream someday. And that'll get taken down immediately because we're watching copyrighted music.
At 500 subscribers, we do a piss reveal.
If this video gets 10 likes, I'll eat Vegemite. I don't really want to reveal piss, personally, but...
I have a PayPal. It's a standing offer.
Anyway, Kiara did a second collaboration with Towa ever. And it was a Holotalk, which I'm a big fan of. This is one of the big things I liked from Kiara from the word go. She sits down with the Japanese talent, interviews them one-on-one for an hour to 2 hours. We get a lot of nitty-gritty details. She asks some interesting questions that are posed by the community. She has questions that she asks everybody. and generally we just get a firmer understanding of who these folks are and what they're bringing to the table, you know? So, Towa, 4th gen. We're finally on to 4th gen now after being stuck at gamers for a while. And Towa is one of the more interesting folks. She had a rough start, and I don't know that she necessarily addressed a lot of that, but I know that they did mention during the interview that she has done a lot of collaboration with some dudes.
Oh, man!
Which was breaking down some barriers for Hololive.
That was one of the questions they asked was what were some of your early struggles, and she specifically said the very strict Japanese idol culture was the struggle for her.
I cannot believe that harlot spoke with a man.
I know, right?
Yeah, no speaking with guys, and you're expected to act a certain way, sing a certain way. She just, play certain games even, and it was just not something she wanted to do. And she specifically mentioned that she talked to management about it, and management was actively on her side about helping her through it and not making her be a stereotypical idol.
Yeah, that's one thing that's nice about Hololive in the more recent times is they have come they've come a long way.
Yeah.
When it comes to supporting their talents and allowing them to do new and interesting things as well as interact with the people that they find interesting, She also really plays a lot of shooter games. She got started with PUBG back in the day. She plays in an Apex tournament twice a year with randomized teams. She's really big on that. She originally joined Hololive to dance and try and make friends. She really likes to dance, as it turns out, which isn't surprising if you've ever seen any of her 3D lives. She's very good at it, frankly.
I wish I could dance and make friends. At this age, it gets hard.
She said multiple times through this that, definitely dancing. She really wanted to dance. Then Kiara said, well, I want to dance with you too now. Mm-hmm. But
Kiara likes dancing a lot.
Yeah.
But she made it a point multiple times to say, I joined Hololive because I wanted to make friends. Mm-hmm. I tried really hard to make as many friends as I can and to get along with people as much as I can.
Yeah. And then she said that her favorite streams are collab streams, which
too.
Plays in really well with that.
Yeah.
So she does a lot of shooters. She got into it through PUBG. She does a couple Apex tournaments a year, right? She likes esports a lot.
Oh.
She sees it as a way to improve her skills. She talks about she talked at one point about how she gets ready for tournaments, and she's like, I take a bath. I get really relaxed. And then she's just naturally good at PC shooters. She's good at clicking on heads, dude.
Mm-hmm. One of the many adaptations we've evolved.
Yeah. What else do we got? She is interested in herbarium, which is preserving plants for display.
Yes, something that she brought it up. Kiara brought it up on the stream, brought up pictures on the stream, and I'm like, I think I know what this is, but I'm still not sure. Mm-hmm. So I had to Google it, and it's literally. It doesn't look like there's any specific way to do it. It's preserving natural plant life and things like that. Mm-hmm. And when you're doing it as a hobby, it's more for a decoration thing. Mm-hmm. Apparently, Ame has the same, almost exact same hobby. She likes to do this too.
Yeah, she likes building terrariums.
Huh.
So it's a very similar thing.
Terrariums are living.
Yeah.
Where this is not
dead.
This is not living.
Yeah,
this is preserving.
Yeah, they're dried or pressed flowers usually, and they're preserved in an oil. Is what I took from it.
Poison Ivy versus Mr. Freeze.
Huh. Thank you.
Preserving.
Where's George Clooney?
Which George Clooney would be a VTuber? Could be one right now. We just want to know.
That's true. He might be. So one thing that I thought was really interesting, when it comes to music, because she's got a really good singing voice, in my opinion. She is completely self-taught in her singing. She went to a vocal coach at one point, and the vocal coach was just like, "No, you're good." She was like, okay.
She said she very recently went to a coach for the first time.
Yeah.
And the only thing the coach really had to say about her was, you try too hard.
Yeah.
Little strained.
That's typically what happens when you're self-taught. You're a try-hard with no technique. It's like you're singing great, but you've built in bad habits that are going to destroy your voice. Once you get to be like at that level, all teacher can teach you is how to not kill your voice.
Useful techniques either way, frankly.
Yeah.
She also likes some rock music, but I did think it was funny that she was like, no, I like Disney music. The Little Mermaid. Which was really great. It's great to see that. She's a harem master. Everybody loves her. Everybody hits on her in Hololive. And she every time is just like, gross. Stop it. Which is really funny. I don't know. She can pull it off whenever she just shuts people down. She's just like, you're disgusting. Knock it off. But she is very friendly with everybody. She a lot of the Western girls know and like her a lot because she gives them gifts every time she sees them. And she's like, yeah, I give the Japanese members gifts sometimes, but we always somebody buys dinner. It's never the same person kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
But like whenever she meets one of the EN girls, she always gives them a gift and stuff. So she's just like a natural sweetheart is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
She's all about, hospitality and, getting along with everybody. And frankly, she's very lovable, She's just got she's a happy person for the most part. She generally seems like she really enjoys what she's doing. So I like Towa a lot. I've watched a bunch of her stuff, so. And again, her music is great. Check it out. Do we have anything else we want to talk about real quick?
Just one quick thing that she made it a very specifically to make a point of it. Well, actually, Kiara asked her about it, so she didn't really have a lot of choice. But her TMT, I don't really know anything about this.
Okay, so this is a nickname that she got because it was supposed to be Towa Maji Deberu, which is Towa the Great Devil or something. And it got changed from TMD to TMT because she's really sweet to everybody. And so it became Towa Maji Tenchi, which is Towa the Great Angel or something like that is the translation. And so everybody's like, her character as a member of Hololive is she's a devil.
Yes.
But she's really nice to everyone. And like the things that it's always a meme that like the things she does to be a devil, like her little devilish acts are really just like kindness. So she's just like
the JP version of Ina.
Yeah. Exactly. And so everybody just started calling her an angel all the time instead of a devil, and she's just like, stop it, I hate that. But then she's just like, she's so nice that it just happens all the time. She'll do like just, Zetsus and like chatting streams and stuff. And she'll be like, yeah, I bought somebody this thing. And like, I went out and like hung out with these guys and we did this and all this other stuff. And everybody's just like, God, you're so nice. And so like everybody calls her TMT and she hates it. And she talked about why is because she like, Kiara's like, maybe you just don't take compliments well. Cause I think you're really nice. And she's like, so yeah, she just doesn't know how. She said that she doesn't understand like how to react. Like she doesn't know what to say or do when somebody calls her things like that.
Yeah, that's usually what happens when I say you're handsome.
I am handsome. Thank you.
Oh no, fuck.
So I guess
learning how to take a compliment takes time.
So I guess ultimately she kind of decided on she's okay with people calling her like nice or cute, but she specifically does not like that nickname.
Yeah.
Which is understandable. Sometimes you end up with a nickname that sucks. So just if you're in her chat, be cool. There you go.
But problems on purpose.
No, be cool. All right.
I'm never drinking a carbonated drink again on a podcast.
Yeah, it's a mistake.
This is torturous. I'm a gaseous host.
If we get famous, then you'll be a gaseous star.
At least we're almost at the part that I got this thing for the bit for.
Hey, we're gonna skip Ina's birthday.
No! What am I fighting for?
Ha ha. All right. It was Ina's birthday this week.
my God,
Yay! Happy birthday. Omedetou. He bought a Dr. Pepper because it's not quite a Dr. Oopsie. It's definitely a different thing.
Genbai.
Gambare.
Hi.
Gambate. Gambarimasu. That means I'm doing my best.
I think instead of Genbai, it's like Tenpai. I don't actually know Japanese. It's the term they say when they drink like the beer in the anime.
Kampai.
Fuck! Thank you.
Yeah, and when you eat, it's itadakimasu.
I love itadakimasu.
Yeah, that one's fun because it starts with eat.
So you know how I'm a massive weeb?
No.
It was strange to be in the real world and go to a Japanese restaurant and they do all the weebisms. I was with a friend and when we left, I went, how tempted were you to say it back? And he said a lot, but it felt very wrong.
Dude, it's one of those things where if I try to actually speak Japanese word, like even the simple words with a Japanese accent, I've had people be like, you sound like you're doing an anime thing. And I'm just like, it's the anime is in Japanese.
Yeah. Hola or hola.
Yeah.
If you speak to a person who speaks the language, hola sounds more natural. They can still tell because you have a fucking accent. You just don't know. But if you go hola, it's like, okay.
Bonjour.
Just don't be like the guy that was at my local Chinese place.
Yes, love this already. Unlove.
Go ahead.
It's
Yeah.
this beautiful rural small town Chinese restaurant. I was sitting in there eating once, and there was some guy. He wasn't trying to be mean or anything. He was just a rural idiot.
Well, he wasn't trying to be mean. I just passed judgment.
Well-meaning, but dumb as a fucking rock.
So he was talking to these Chinese employees and saying all kinds of words to them. And it's like, do you speak Chinese? And it's like saying all these words to him. And it's like, okay, got his food and up and left. And I turned to the person I was with at the time, and it's like, he was saying Japanese words.
Now, spoiler, I'm going to Japan in a few weeks. And, like, I don't have any option. I'm going to have to... Like, it's this weird line where you're like, do you know what the Japanese word for computer is?
No.
Computer. And so, but like I can't just drop that as the only Japanese word in a fucking sentence that I'm speaking in English, right? Have you seen that computer today? Like,
Yeah.
but at that point, am I just trying to say an English sentence with a Japanese accent? And does that make me more of an asshole?
Yeah, but conversely, konnichiwa, where is computer? That's a little worse, isn't it?
Yeah, because here's the thing that I've learned secondhand. This is not firsthand knowledge, but I have I've been watching a lot of videos to understand what I'm gonna fucking do in another country, right? And reading a bunch of things, and like Japanese people in Japan will not understand you speaking English if you speak with an American accent. Apparently, they will only understand you if you speak like English with a Japanese accent. And so when you're there, like if you ask for something, you literally have to do it with a Japanese accent, but in English. And then they can pick out the words then because it doesn't sound natural to them to hear natural English.
Be a little racist or die.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's already a fucking narrow ledge sometimes as a white guy to not fuck up terribly, right? Because there's moments where you can say something and you don't mean anything bad, and then suddenly you put your foot in it and you're like, no.
Devil on your shoulder. You can be polite or you can be fed.
You can be polite and also a little racist at the same time somehow. Oh God.
Oh God.
So yeah, it's don't get me wrong. I don't speak Japanese. I can do some. Sumimasen. Ego okay. I can do a few of those. Arigato gozaimasu. I can do those. I got a few little key phrases that I can sprinkle in for flavor. But
just gotta say it with a Japanese accent as hard as you can, and they'll pick up the 10% of the words they actually know.
You literally just point at a menu.
Oh yeah.
Ramen.
Oh, it's like that
What they
hamburger
got.
guy with the fucking documentary where every time he gets in a taxi, he has a card that just says where he has to go in Japanese.
That's literally what I'm going to have to do to
You're
get to
gonna
my
have to.
hotel. Like that, or I'm gonna have to figure out how trains work real quick. Apparently, I have to buy a Momo card. All right, let's move on. It was Ina's birthday. We got off track again. Shocker. Let's actually talk about VTuber news now.
Happy birthday.
Ina's birthday. Happy birthday, Medito. Carlos, you got to watch this.
I watched not the whole thing, but I did watch part of it and the stream after.
So I watched. There were 2 streams basically related to her birthday, right? The first one was pretty standard Zetsu, or no, a call-in stream. It was a call-in stream. So pretty standard call-in stream. It was really cool. Her thumbnail had like her with a fake mustache and the Bochi the Rock, like neon glasses, star-shaped ones. And then actually she had those on her model in the stream too.
And
pretty
the
cute,
entire
pretty funny.
and the entire 2-hour stream was her doing the call-ins and everything while just baking a cake.
Yeah, she baked a 3-tier cake, like whipped the icing with her own mixer and everything, and posted a picture later. It looked really good, right? Covered in fruit at the top. Glorious, beautiful cake. I would eat a slice. Ina, where's my fucking slice of your cake? That was a really cool stream. People like, standard call-in stream. Everybody calls in. Oh, I got you this. It's a picture of a capybara I drew. Yay!
Yay!
Hey, I got you this. It's a picture of a takodachi with a candle on its head. Yay!
Yay!
Pretty cute stuff, normal. If you want to watch the interactions, you know where to go. The more interesting stream, in my opinion, was the follow-up stream.
Yes, I've seen some of it.
Because I watched all of it. And it was great. And I watched it live, which is a treat for me. I don't always get to do this. So, this was a collaboration stream between Ina, Marine, Fubuki, Bei, Korone, and Atmoomer. Yes. The scary owl. And I'm not going to get really into the weeds on this one, I don't think. I don't want to, really get into it. Because it was a drawing stream. It was a Gartic phone stream. Basically, they did a few different rounds of it. Everybody had a lot of fun. It was important for Mume because her Oshi's Korone, and this is the first time she's gotten to collab with her.
Oh, that's wild.
So it's really cool for Korone and Mume to have actually come across each other.
Oh, one thing I want to go back real quick
We're
to
back.
what we were talking about earlier.
Okay.
So back to the girl talk.
Oh, we're back.
Real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So they were talking, and it was Gura and Mume were both on it. So the only English member that Gura has not met in person is Mume.
Oh.
And the only EN member that Mume has never met in person is Gura.
Oh, they're the same fucking person. God
They're
damn
never in the same place at the same time.
They've been dropping hints the whole fucking time.
That makes so much sense. Okay,
So back anyway.
back to here. So Mume got to do a collaboration stream with her Oshi. That's fucking great. Everything was really funny. They did an animation segment, and Ina's dynamic animations were a big highlight. They did a really fun animation where it was Mume and she threw a berry at a rat, and then it hit, instead of it landing in front of the rat, it bounced off the rat's face, and then a bomb showed up and a butt, and the bomb went off, and Ina got to finish it out with the explosion of the bomb. Look up the clip. It's out there. It's really, really funny. Marine lost her fucking mind. She that classic Marine laugh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she done it again. It was just a really, really fun segment that they did.
Marine had a really good time with that stream.
Dude, she loved it. There was also Marine. Marine. The one prompt was Marine wakes up with no boobs.
Tragic.
And it somehow got they carried that one the whole way through too. It stayed consistent. They managed to get it back and forth every time. It was amazing. So yeah, really, really fun stream. Definitely worth watching. Did you guys watch it at all?
I've only seen the absolute bare bones.
I watched
one clip maybe.
Whole thing.
Oh, dude, it's so fucking good though, right?
Fuck. We were so close. We almost all saw a thing.
Literally, there's not been a single thing we've talked about tonight that all 3 of us have seen.
We all saw a bit of girl talk.
True. That was the only coverage we had that was like that.
Yeah. So
yeah, those are great Ina streams. They're both on her channel. Check them out. They're 100% worth watching. They're really good.
And of course, new Ina merch too. New birthday
yes,
merch.
yes.
what was the merch?
So there's an acrylic smartphone stand, a purple backpack, a definitely not a book pouch, which was it's her character book that she has. It's just a little pouch that you can get. And then there's a postcard. Limited edition comes with a hand-signed postcard. Regular edition is a stamped replica signature. Limited edition was sold out before the stream even ended. Limited edition was sold out within 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like somebody mentioned it and they were like, yeah, that's been sold out like since the second minute it went up, and she was like, oh.
The backpack is cute. I wish I had $53 in shipping.
$53 and then $80 in shipping.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a nice backpack, but speaking of that, I really want Muna's backpack.
Oh yeah, Muna has a really stylish one, doesn't she?
It's so cool. I want it so bad, but I know it's gonna be like $200 shipping.
Probably. Let's see what that shipping looks like.
A lot of calculations. $38.
Yeah, so there you go. Yeah. Right around $100 of tax. So, what's HoloEN 3D repeat? Who put this in here, Carlos?
Carlos had put it in, but I've also seen most of them.
Yes.
So this was one of the things on the, I believe it's on the main English channel.
Yes, sir.
They've done maybe 2 or 3 of these so far. I didn't really know it was a thing until I saw this. But
yeah, it's been a thing. Looks like they've been doing them for like a month or so. But they had done one recently. But go ahead.
But they seem to be they're taking clips like from old streams from EN members, and then they're animating them, like reanimating the clips with their 3D models.
Yeah, which is really fucking cute.
Yeah,
like
I've seen the Ame one where she ate styrofoam or whatever.
My favorite one they did is the one where Ame and Gura were left alone with 3D models, and they went
fingers to the sky, boys.
Well, this one was fitting in with Ina's birthday, which is one of the reasons I stuck it right here, because it was a clip from one of her previous cooking streams where she was, I don't know what she was making at the time, but she turns on her mixer and you hear a really loud banging, and with her yelling in the background, and she stops it and says, "I'm sorry, I forgot to lock the bowl down and I just turned it on."
It's classic. So it's a little like 40-second animation worth checking out.
Yeah.
At the time. One other thing I wanted to point out real quick during Ina's call-in stream, I forgot to mention, because she was doing hand cam for that, and she was making the cake on stream.
God. Oh god.
And her batteries ran out in her camera like 3 times, and she eventually ran out of batteries that were charged to use in her camera. And like me being the person I am, I was sitting there watching this, and I was just like, why doesn't she have a dummy battery that she can just plug it into the wall? And then like 2 seconds later, she's like, I ordered one of the like batteries you can plug it into the wall, but it's not here yet. I was like,
how are you gonna feel? How are you gonna feel when it's like, thank you guys for all your super chats? With those, I was able to get the insert Nick's favorite camera ever here.
Yeah.
Or Fujifilm or whatever.
Yeah, the Fujifilm XH2. Yeah. You know what? She probably would even spring for the XH2S. She doesn't even need it. She would. She'd go for the fucking GFX. She'd be like, just to shit on Nick, I'm just gonna buy a Fuji GFX. I don't even want to use it. I'm just gonna set it on the shelf and never touch it. And I'd be like, yeah, that's fine, that's fair, that's good. You just keep doing that.
I love rustling jimmies.
I really want a new camera.
All right, so next up, I believe...
took a cool picture of my cat recently. I'm gonna put it on screen. There you go.
Shameless self-plug.
There you go. I like taking cool pictures. It's fun.
Yeah, so
let's talk about Hologra.
Let's continue a strong tradition of me watching the Hologra while you two discuss it.
Yeah, so it starts with Kayori chugging mayo, as you do.
I need subtitles for this. This is not.
She was just...
Can't go and dry on this one, kids.
Yeah. So what is the Japanese mayonnaise called? Kewpie.
Yeah,
Kewpie mayonnaise. And she's just guzzling it. Dude.
Japanese love their mayonnaise.
They do. They're a big fan of it. And so Nene and Aki are like, is it Aki? Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. They're like, hey, stop that. It's bad for your health. And then Kayori does something with a USB drive where it won't work. She can't plug it in. She freaks out. Laplace shows up and is like, I've got a solution. And they go fishing, and she's fishing for mayonnaise, and instead she catches canned tuna. I'm literally giving you a play-by-play because we're watching it right now.
I mean, I'm watching it. I think...
It is, and it's so chaotic. Yeah, there's some other sauces that show up as
why can't you be normal?
Anthropomorphized versions of themselves, and Kayori stabs them in the face with a 4-foot needle. It's a dumb, fun hologram. It ends interestingly, with a divide between people that support USB, people that support floppy disks, and people that support mayonnaise. And HoloLive is broken into 3 teams.
How are they at odds?
You have to watch to find out. It's dumb. It's fun. It's on the HoloLive main channel, the main JP channel. It's got English subtitles. Check them out.
Here's the catch. You'll watch it, and you still won't know.
That's the truth. There is no knowledge here. There is only experience. Turn off brain, experience Hologra, turn brain back on. Pretend it didn't happen. I want to talk about, from the same channel that brought you Hologra, Achon.
Oh yeah.
I've established myself as an Achon stan.
Do we add that to the list of things we take shots for?
I like Achon a lot.
Okay.
Achan Stan, they call me.
Hey Stan.
Yes.
Oh.
So she did a stream the other day. It was really fun. She spoke mostly in English during it, which was really cool. Her English, it really gave me a much firmer insight on where her English is in like her learning of English, I guess. She's come a long way. She's very conversationally adept. There's still some points where she's like shaky on her vocabulary, but that's to be expected. She's only been speaking English for like a year or two, you know, as like an actual study, it seems. But either way, her stream was, she was drawing all of the members of HoloLive EN. She drew all of their faces, and then she drew 3 JP members and 3 ID members, right? And while she did this, she announced that the 3 ID members that she was drawing were going to be guests at Connect the World. And she announced that the 3 JP members she drew were going to be guests at Connect the World. If I'm not lying, I believe this is actually what happened.
I did not watch this stream, so
You are our primary source.
I'm horrified because I could be lying and I wouldn't even know it because I'm dumb. Okay. Either way, it's Marine, Sora, and Suisei would be the JP guests. And like they said Suisei and my heart broke because I was like, no, I didn't get a ticket. No.
You and like how many hundreds of thousands of people probably.
No one got a ticket, brother.
Sui stands. But the Holo ID members are going to be Muna, Risu, and Rene. And I didn't get a ticket.
No one got a ticket.
No, it's 6,000 people. 5,999 people and one person that used it as a prize for a tournament.
400 people, however many bots.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Either way, so there's going to be cool special guests from overseas. It's really interesting to me because Suisei has in the past said that she has wanted to travel to like America and never thought she would because she really hates planes. So unless she's getting on a boat, she's going to be uncomfortable for like 12 hours.
Underwater train/boat.
There we go. That'll work. But overall, it was a fun stream. It was really neat. Achon cute. Achon good streamer. Achon stream more. There we go. I think that's everything I wanted to say.
Very solid.
Oh, and also Achon will be at the concert as well. She announced that she'll be there.
Is she
But I
singing?
didn't get a ticket.
Is she singing?
God willing. God willing, and the creek don't rise.
It's gonna be Achon's secret idol debut.
Oh my god. If that happens, I will lose my goddamn mind. Anyway, enough of me just fanboying it directly in the face of everyone here. Sorry, Ollie.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you
Ollie.
for being the only one that watches and likes all our videos, Ollie. We love you.
You're doing very good recently. Thank you.
I wish, like, if I had gotten a ticket, I would push harder for you to be there, Ollie, but I didn't get a ticket, as I've established 4 times. Anyway, some kind of food choice game show?
Yeah, tell us more, Carlos.
This one's on you, Carlos. Take it over. I'm done. I'm so sad now.
So this was another one that was on the main HoloLive channel that it just happened to pop up.
Why did I subscribe to HoloLive? I watch Vtubers.
Fair.
I don't watch companies.
So anyway, this was a game show put on by Achon. It was
I'm in.
Chaco, Aki,
Shot.
and Kiara.
Shot.
I'm in. I'm so in.
So what it was all 3 of them, they all came up with a menu of things that they've eaten. And they had all 3 of them had a list.
Okay.
And it was all in Japanese. So I mean there's subtitles for like what they were speaking.
So that's good.
but all of the food was in Japanese. So I
That's
had
bad.
literally no idea what it was that they were selecting. But the whole point was they took turns. They would pick one food item from like any of the three's lists, their own or someone else's, and they had to guess how many calories they thought it had.
That's mean.
It's always more than you think.
Kiara's probably on the ground like sobbing.
They
That's
were
so mean.
For the most part, they were shockingly good at guessing how many calories were in everything.
Somehow that's meaner. Like, it's one thing to go like garlic bread makes you fat, and it's another thing to go, I know.
I think the biggest surprise was when they asked or they had the reveal for the ramen that Aki eats at restaurants. He's like, I didn't know that's how much was in it.
Oh,
that's
that's
mean.
mean.
So great.
But the whole purpose of it was they were trying to get as close to 2,023 calories as possible without going over. So they would select the food item. After selecting it, then they would be shown a picture of the food item after they selected it. And then they would guess how many calories it had based on the picture. So you know they could select. I think Kiara's corn pizza was one of them.
Oh, how many calories is the corn pizza?
So they would select Kiara's pizza. It's like, oh, it's pizza. I bet it's gonna have a lot of calories in it. And then they're shown the picture, and they're like, Kiara, what is this?
This sounds like a really good stream. I'm gonna have to look this one
It's
up.
a 13-minute video.
Oh, it's digestible.
Oh, it's one of the cut down ones on the channel. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to watch this later. This will be my before bed.
Yeah.
It was really good, and Choco ended up she made it to, I believe it was 2,007 calories on the second round. And it's like, all right, I'm in on this. I'm done. And the other two are like, we gotta somehow make it within 16 calories. Let's keep going.
Let's go. I can believe that. Choco has these weird things that she can just do sometimes. I don't understand it, but
I do not understand.
no comprendo.
Well, yeah, it was neat seeing all the food that they had. I think the title of the video was like exposing their food habits or something like that. And just seeing, because like probably half or more than half the things that they selected was home cooking.
Oh.
Ah, okay.
Which only made it harder for them to guess.
No idea how many calories are in the corn cob pizza. We're gonna do a quick little speed round to get through some of the news that's not huge.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and just speed on through, because these probably don't merit a lot of conversation, unlike our other things, which so deeply did. Fauna's been doing shorts while she's gone. I watched her one where it's her eating Burger King while listening to Let Me Stay Here. And then she gave us some trivia on a spiral of ants, which is when ants get stuck in a death loop due to their pheromone trails. And of course, her VTuber fan service speed run. She current world record holder.
Yeah. Just over 10 seconds, 10.01, I believe.
Yeah, hi, honey.
Kaela lost a Batsu and had to post a voice clip on Twitter that said, "Hi, I love you, baby." And there's a
4 seconds.
4-second clip, and it's all you ever need from Kaela.
That's all you're ever going to get. We've had a... God, how do we even tackle this pun and make it speedy? Henya's been doing some fun clips.
Yeah.
She's someone said, "Don't turn around." She said, "Okay," and then she did it. Interesting. Wonder why that's newsworthy. Anyways.
Yeah, there's just some interesting things where she accidentally called her dad something weird on stream. Anyways, callbacks to previous lives or something.
By far the new worst kept secret.
Easily.
Comedically worst kept.
All right. Hayun of Ninja Sanji has reached Apex Predator.
Oh, in the Apex Legends game.
In Apex Legends, that means they're one of the top like 750 in the world or
Yep.
something.
So
I
yeah,
remember we talked about this last time.
Now Ninja Sanji has 2 members in the top 750.
That's such a why that
Dude,
company
they're
and
just
none
straight,
other?
they're just straight gaming, dude.
They are
They're
straight
just
gaming.
straight gamers.
Oh, actual gamers.
Real gamers. Carlos, you go ahead and talk about the VShojo Smite collab real quick.
Yeah, tell us
Just
how good
run
it
over
is.
that real quick for us.
So Smite announced a collab with VShojo for if you don't know, Smite does some really, really weird collabs.
Please,
Like, a lot.
I beg of thee, remember the meme dog Smite collab where it was Doge and an anime girl. It is pure cringe-tonium.
Oh my god, that's stronger than...
I mean, Smite has RuneScape skins. The
Yeah.
bar is down here.
They'll do anything with anyone, basically.
Yeah.
You want to play as Uncle Eero? Go ahead.
Welcome to Smite. We're the town bicycle.
But yeah, they announced a collab with VShojo for Iron Mouse, Apricot, Kason,
Good.
Neanners, Vey, and Silverveil.
Oh.
For in case you don't know, somehow, 3 of which are no longer with VShojo.
And one of them
This smells of bullshit, sir.
and one of them might even have to redo some voice lines.
I do have a strong feeling.
Ooh. Spicy jokes sometimes. That's how you do it, by the way.
So they've got avatars, announcer packs, skins, and events.
Yep. I mean, this has obviously been in the works for a long time. They can't just trash it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was contractual stuff to do with it, and they just couldn't throw it away.
100%. At this point, like, it's all done. Just shove it out the door and be
Yeah.
like, it is what it is. And
It is kind of like some parts of it has already not aged very well. Like the part where Neander says, "I sure do love VShojo, and they pay us so very well."
it's very
That has aged
unfortunate.
very poorly.
It's such a strange specific line, but they couldn't get rid of it. You know, it's already there. It's in the game. All right, let's talk about the stinky whale. Chloe has very, very bad handwriting.
God, this is known.
And she posted more of it, and it's I don't read Japanese, and it doesn't matter because no one can read this shit.
I remember when she showed it off on a stream, and people were pointing out she showed it off on her JP stream, and the entire chat just went a full blocked wall of question marks.
Just utter confusion.
Do-do-do-do-do.
I will say real quick though that she has a very good singing voice, and I've learned that recently.
Yeah, Nick has been on fire about that today.
Yeah, I've been all about it because I got to hear. We'll get to it in just a minute, but she did a 3D live as a guest with somebody, and we'll get there. We'll get there. All right, let's talk about Bay.
Oh my God. Oh.
Bay.
Bay.
She's really a big fan of playing with peepees.
Wee pee.
So she's been doing a Chaos Week. Is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
this is her cursed week.
Cursed week.
It started out with Peppa the Pig, which a little weird choice, followed by banned from Twitch genital jousting.
And it was a great stream.
Genital jousting, one of the whole 5 non-anime games that are banned on Twitch.
Exactly.
You can see the glands.
So if you're not familiar with genital jousting, you play as dicks with buttholes. And depending on the game mode, sometimes if you're playing multiplayer, you're attempting to penetrate the other player's buttholes. But she was playing the single player. Now I'm going to read you... Yeah, you play as John. And you get to go through a tough phase of his life as he learns to... He's trying to get ready for his high school reunion, and he used to be a loser and got bullied. And he doesn't want that to happen again because bullying sucks. And so he goes to the gym, and he figures out his life, and he tries to impress girls. It's all about him trying to find the right peen.
Why do I have so much in common with a dick and balls?
Well, as she said, it's all about what kind of pee you are. Don't be a dick. That's more or less what Bay said. I'm going to read some quotes that I wrote down while I was watching the stream live because I was not going to fucking miss this. Quote, "This VOD might not survive." That was one of the first things she said because she was like messaging her manager like, am I actually okay to play this? She said, "I'm going to try to be as intellectual as I can to compensate for the fact that I'm playing a game about peepees." She did not succeed. She said, "If my channel does survive, I'll see you tomorrow." That was how she ended the stream after singing Shiny Smiley Story in an attempt to return herself to say so. It was ineffective.
Shout out to her manager's quote, "I hope you enjoy your new manager tomorrow."
Yeah, also that.
Like the manager tried to backpedal right before the stream started.
Yeah, the manager.
Are you sure?
Like, Pecora was actually messaged like the day earlier during her stream about it, and she was like, "Oh God, she's gonna play that." Like, she's like, "Huh." But yeah, at the beginning of the stream, before she actually played the game, Bay was just like, "Yeah, I'm talking to my manager right now." She messaged me and was like, "Hey, I didn't see this on your schedule. Technically, you have permissions, and technically, you have the rights for it. So, technically, I can't tell you not to."
It's weird. She's the first VTuber to show us a penis.
She drew one in. So a lot of this started whenever she was playing Power Wash Simulator, because she started drawing BBs.
I would have given anything for this to have been a collab.
I know.
Even just one more girl playing the game.
Can you imagine
And they
Iris's
have-
fucking reactions?
Iris like already fucking trips over her words. How is she supposed to describe like two penises trying to get into each other?
Right?
I believe I saw that one of the Hollow Stars announced they were going to play it too.
What have you started?
This is awesome. Okay, so there's a segment in the single player where you're playing as John, and he works in quality assurance for a sex toy company. So like, he's a literal penis with a butthole, and he has to test out the anal vibrators. And at this point in the game, Bay just makes herself huge so she covers the screen so you can't see what's happening. And she's like, "No, this." She's like, "I thought this was gonna be a fun game about peepees. I didn't think it was gonna go like this." And then obviously there's like this guy, like the vibrator malfunctions and blows out his asshole. Then the next scene is like you have to like mend the poor penis's butt. It's a really fucking weird game. Very funny, by the way. It was very fun to watch, especially with Bay's reactions. Holy shit.
Apparently, she was getting hardcore into the game's lore.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she was.
She was.
She definitely
I saw
did that.
some- Wow.
Anyway, if the VOD exists, because I still haven't checked, I don't know if it does, it's worth a watch. Otherwise, the time to sail the seas to maybe find a copy. But holy cow, what a fucking game.
I'm an
It's-
idol.
Hey, it's still there.
I appreciate when I YouTube search genital jousting, it goes genital jousting, Markiplier, genital jousting, hot goes Bales.
It's been big
Congratulations.
news. I was one of 15,000 people at least watching that stream.
Congratulations, Bay. You're the second biggest peen player. Right below Markiplier, which makes sense.
Yeah, dude's big on peen, I heard.
He's much bigger on peen.
All right, let's do a quick Holocure update. We're going to keep moving here. Holocure. Don't you ever fucking talk over me.
I understand, sir. This one's yours.
Nah, you go ahead, bud. It's all you.
Holocure has added the ability
That's good.
for you to be an NPC in the game.
Interesting.
There is a Google form you can fill out. You put in your username, and you tell them who's your Oshi, and that's the NPC you'll be.
I wish I read this.
Yeah, so you can do it. There's no reason not to. It is cheap, free, and easy, like filling your socks with leaves.
I'll be back. I got to fill my socks with leaves.
It's cheap, free, and easy.
Yeah. Just like me on most dates of the week.
Next one. I was actually really excited to have this one. Yagu, best girl, has gone on a diet. I then wrote down the notes, "You go, girl," because I was very tired. Yagu had, quote, a fatty liver, so he needed to lose some weight. He went on a 9 kg diet. That is how much weight he has lost.
I looked it up. It's like 20 pounds.
He says blood tests are improved. I wrote woo. But Axel, one of the members of the boy squad, said, I too have gone on I have gained 9 kilograms since coming to Japan, to which Yagu replied, basically said, sucks to suck, lol. Like, basically said, try harder, nerd.
I also like that he was like, Yago was like, I eat less lunch now, and I stopped eating rice with dinner. And
Yeah.
he's like, and he lost like 20 pounds in a month or two. Like, holy shit, dude. Nice.
I mean, he probably like walks and stuff too already. He just needs to like stop eating as much. So yeah, awesome stuff. Good to hear about Best Girl. Hope he does well.
100%. Laplace is back in action, back from the COVID. So we're glad to have her back. She seems to be doing well. We're hoping she does real great things as she has in the past. So we're going to go from there.
Continues to live.
Yes. I'm going to talk about Aki Rose real quick. Aki Rose has announced that she's going to do a 2-week streaming marathon. She'll be doing a birthday concert several months later. Originally, this was supposed to be February, but there were technical issues, among other things, that prevented her from doing it. So now she'll be doing her birthday live, and then 5 days later, she'll be doing her anniversary concert, which is Route 5. There's a very spicy advertisement for this on Twitter that Achan retweeted. If you really want to look it up, turn on a web filter.
Boobs?
Or turn off the filter, and, there's
Boobs.
honkers.
I saw
Hooters.
that.
Honka donka
And
badonkers.
Achan retweeted it because she's cultured. Ozki has done an 800,000 subscriber karaoke marathon. She hit 800K in about 5 songs. She had said that originally at the beginning she expected to do 50 or 60 to get to this point. She started about 5,000 subs away. She got those subs within 5 songs, and then she continued to sing until around 30 songs, at which point she had around 807,000 subscribers. Congratulations, Ozki. You deserve it. You're the best GeoGuessr in the land. Zero guesser to the core. Shuba Duck.
Shuba.
Shabao got a new outfit today, and that's pretty cool. It's really, really fucking cute.
I saw it.
Oh my god, it's adorable. So it's based around chicks. They go P.O.
Oh my god.
It says P.O. on her coat next to a chick. Anyway, she went through a ton of like the silhouette predictions that people do. There were some really cool designs in there too. And then when she did reveal it, it was chick themed, as I said. She has a like overcoat on the outside. It's like a raincoat covered in chick stuff. She has a cute chick hairband. She can put the hood up on the coat. Underneath, she's wearing a 2-piece set of pajamas.
Pajamas.
She's got like a spaghetti string top, and she's got pumpkin pants. They're huge.
I left mine at home.
How dare you? In general, Subaru's new outfit is adorable. She has 2 like super short little twin tails like Gura's outfit with her overall dress or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's just adorable. It's cute from the word go, and like Subaru's like she showed off the pajamas, and people were just like, "Are those your pantsu?" And she was just like, "No," and she put the coat back on. And there was a lot of discussion about that. Have you guys seen it? You saw it, right?
I saw the outfit. I didn't see the stream.
Oh, it was really good.
I just saw pictures too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Very fun stream. Check it out. And finally, we're going to talk about how Roboco-san did her birthday live. It was titled Glory Days because she has a new song that she finished the concert with called Glory Days. It's really it's bomb as
Was
fuck.
that
It's so good.
was that just today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I've been seeing clips of that all over the place. I really want to watch at least speed through it. See, check it out a little bit.
It is 100% worth watching. I strongly recommend it. So she got a new skin, quite literally, because her arms have now got a human skin-like appearance. She looks like a real person, because up until now they've all been robot arms.
Good.
She had a bunch of different guests show up and do songs with her. She had Kanata, Ozki, Chloe, and Chloe's song was fucking really cool. That's when I realized that she has a cool voice. And then she had Louis and Towa show up at the end together, and they all sang a song together. I believe they sang Mixed Nuts from that anime.
The Spy Family.
That one, yeah. That's a good show and a cool opening. So they sang it together. It was really cool. And they sang another song as well, and I don't remember which one that is. There is merch now available. There's an acrylic standee.
Finally.
There's some buttons. There's some other stuff. There's some cool stuff. You just have to look it up because I don't remember everything.
Roboco normally has some pretty interesting merch too. Because I think she had like a tie a while ago.
Mm-hmm. And a gun.
Roboco's cool. Definitely check out her live. It's so good, dude. It's so fucking good. Every song a banger. She did that one. I think it was with Kanata. That was like the 7th ED from Chainsaw Man. It's really good.
God, when you said 7th ED, I was like, this is either Chainsaw Man or Gintama.
Go either way, man. Go either way. All right, and now we're going to talk about something serious. I skipped this in the notes. We're going to go back to it because I didn't want to like break everything up. It is PrisciTV.
Yeah.
I believe is the name of the VTuber, and they need some help. So, Carlos, you want to take this over?
Please do.
So I just saw this pop up recently. I didn't have the time to do a full deep dive on who she is exactly. I'll try and do a little more research on her for next week.
Okay.
But she put out a tweet. Well, it was a picture. She tweeted a picture explaining her whole situation, and I went to her Twitch channel and went to her about page and found a little bit more information yet. Basically, she's in the same situation as Iron Mouse, where she has an immunodeficiency, and because of that, she has a billion other health problems. And the big problem is she lives in Ecuador. And as it turns out, their government does not help them with these types of things. And because of the country she lives in, most international charities also don't have much involvement with her country. So she's just kind of stuck. And she has all kinds of like skin diseases, liver problems. She's taking all kinds of medication for everything. The medication that she takes just causes more problems because she's taking too much of it. She's having to have up to 3 plasma infusions a month. And she said the big problem though is the plasma. Not necessarily because it's in short supply or anything, but because of the country she lives in and having no support, she has to pay for them out of pocket.
Those are not optional.
No.
Yeah.
And what she said is they cost anywhere from $1,600 to $1,800 US dollars a piece. And she needs 3 of them a month.
That's some killer fucking rent, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the biggest takeaway from this that I would say is if you can support PrisciTV directly, that would be a really cool move. I'll put a link down below on the YouTube. If I can't really do that, I guess, with the podcast services, but check out the YouTube channel and then go from there if you can. Any and all help will help. That's the first thing. If you can't help directly, I imagine Immune Deficiency Fund would probably help in some way. So you can always support them.
At the very least.
But tune into the streams.
Yeah. At the very least, just tune in, see what she's about. I mean, the hard reality is you can't help absolutely everybody. But at the very least, checking out her channel is something that you may be interested in doing.
Yeah, everyone can do that. Everyone can supply a little bit of their time to her. And that's something that we should really do because this seems like somebody that could use a helping hand.
Watch her enough to redirect the heartless flow of money to Twitch and Amazon so it goes to her instead.
Yeah.
From what I
know we don't have a lot of people watching and we don't exactly have a lot of influence over these things, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you can help, then help where you can.
And from what I saw, she had like a goal counter and she was at, I believe, a little over 300 subscribers, which is a nice chunk of money. It's not, $1,700 3 times a month money, but it is at least it's something.
Yeah.
Especially for someone like her and Iron Mouse in a situation where they don't have a lot of options.
Yeah. This is one of the ways that they can give back to the world, and it's wonderful that they're doing anything, It's I don't know if you guys know this, it's really hard to do things.
It's true, I struggle.
Yeah. Everybody does. And so the fact that her health is in this frankly a ridiculous state, it's terrible. And at least she's doing something.
Yeah.
That's worth supporting, I'd say, any day of the week. So if you can, spend some time. Check out her Twitch channel. drop her some financial support if you're able to, and I'd say go for it.
Yeah, from what I read up on, it seems like she is currently very slightly better off than Iron Mouse was when she was at her worst, where she is capable of eating human food at least. It doesn't go well for her, but she is at least capable of it, which is, as I said, that's at least better off than what Iron Mouse was at her worst.
Yeah.
And I think Iron Mouse is at least capable of eating some food again. Last I heard, not a lot, but she is at least capable of it.
I mean, I think that Iron Mouse is fascinating because she has such a strong front, especially while she's streaming. But if you watch anybody else that's streamed with her, that's friends with her, you know that like there's a lot of days where she doesn't want to and she can't.
Well, she's done a lot of streams with Connor, Sea Dog VA, and she's done a lot of streams with him. And because she's such a good friend with him, and because she just genuinely likes streaming that much, she has done some very, very seriously drugged up streams where she should not have been doing it. She was in no condition to be conscious at all, and she was streaming anyway.
There you go. And so Iron Mouse is one of the most successful streamers out there too right now, so it's impressive to see how far she's come, frankly, and just it's amazing whenever people are given a shot what they can do, you know. So I think that just brings us around to the point of, again, check her out,
please.
Link down below, all that good stuff.
I'll try and do a little more research and give a little update maybe next week on what her content is actually like.
I think an update would be good.
Because she's more than her health, frankly, is what it comes down to. And her content is going to speak for itself as well. So that's what we want to check out. And we're going to, like Carlos said, we'll talk about her next week more.
I did at least check out like her most recent stream briefly to see that she does at least speak English, which makes it easier for us. And I believe it was an art stream that she was doing at the time.
Well, there you go. All right. It's a bit of an awkward transition at this point, I guess. We're going to highlight birthdays, and then we're going to get out of here.
Yeah.
We're going to skip the industry focus for the week because focus on PrisciTV. That's what we want tonight. All right. Nabi. Her birthday is May 24th. It's a good birthday, Nabi. Nabi is the artist behind Amelia Watson and Uto.
Oh.
And she has her own model. She is a VTuber.
Oh.
And she's really funny. She has one of the like most interesting and cool voices I've ever heard. She's just got a really cool voice. We will look her up later. But Nabi is really cool. Check her out. We also have literally no one else that I know. That's the only birthday I see coming up right now. So, hey.
We also have the birthdays on the document.
Yes, I did highlight some other ones.
You might know a couple of them.
I don't think I do.
No, it's okay. Take your time.
Oh, Gavis Bettel. That was like a week ago.
Yeah, that was last week.
We missed that one.
Oh, yeah. Did we? Okay. Gavis Bettel's birthday was May 17th. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Chloe's birthday was May 18th. Happy birthday.
Ina just had hers.
Ina's birthday was May 20th, of course.
Roboco is...
We highlighted that.
Tomb Day.
Yep. Roboco's birthday live was today.
Yep.
So happy birthday to everybody on the list here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Laplace, his birthday is on May 25th.
May's fucking stacked now.
Dude, May is stacked. It's a good birthday month.
Good birthday. Everyone born in May, Chads. Born in June, weak virgin.
I didn't say it.
I said it because it's fun.
Good. Good. Someone had to say.
Good.
All right. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for tuning in. If you liked what you saw, drop us a subscription. It really helps us out. If you are listening on a podcast service and you have the option to review, a 5-star review goes a long way. We will mention it, of course, on our next podcast. Likes are always loved. as well. And if you have anything interesting you'd like to let us know about, go ahead and drop that in the comments down below.
We take gift cards, Visa prepaid,
If you like what
World of Warcraft time cards, Riot Point Shop money dollars. We do not take crypto.
if you'd like to play Raid Shadow. And of course, I would like to thank our most recent subscriber on YouTube.
Thank you for doing that, I guess.
Thank you
That is-
very much for
that
the subscription.
You like it, or you're just...
You either like it or you're
What?
trolling, but we love you either way.
Both is activity that's occurring to
So
us.
thank you, Shuchan.
Yeah, you called them out.
I did. By name. Thank you very much for the subscription.
And we lost them.
All right. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Later.
See ya.